What do you guys think? Does Imagine Dragons have a support band called Consider Kobolds? Maybe? Or Postulate Wyverns, maybe? I think there's a lot of options here in terms of support band names. What do you think, DM? Postulate Wyverns, Consider Kobolds. Apparently, I really didn't need to pee. I gotta say, as much as I like the mod that is making the lights look better, the fact the sun isn't down yet and it's past midnight. I do mean that. The sun is like just over there. Wait, what? Oh, I need to buy a new fuse. I did get that other mod. Huh. What time is it? It is 4 in the morning. Fine. Works for me. Hang on, that means hang on, if I'm waking up at 4 in the mornings, it would adjust the clocks to that. That means I went to bed at like 8 p.m., if not earlier. Yeah, that clock is nowhere near accurate. Okay. Let's get this on the lift and start adjusting things. I did some research into the ideal way to set up the suspension. I think I need to do an alignment after that swap out as well. Basically just there's a specific setup for the suspension that people rave about. So I'm gonna try and do that. Well, that it's lopsided, but that's fine. Doesn't matter. Oh, right. Wrong switch. Alright, so Uh... Hmm. Well then. Slightly wrong, yeah. I am... Oh, is it that... Okay, I think it's just that's not bolted in, maybe? I mean, it would explain the issues I was having. Yeah, that seems better. Anyway, back to what I was going to do. I'm gonna bring this down a little bit. So the advice that I saw was for the front wheels. Turn them all the way to the right. But basically everyone said, you know, all the way to the right. And then for the front, you then bring the red back by 5 ticks. For the back, you do that with the same thing with the blue. 2, 3, 4, 5. But yeah, that explains why I was struggling. Why is this not moving? There it goes. I think I've, like, accidentally messed up my air fuel mixture now because of that. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Apparently doing this just gives you, like, incredible amounts of traction and control. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, it was described as being similar to the Tangerine, apparently. So, big if true. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, let me... 1, 1, 2... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Now, is this still aligned? I think it is. It looks aligned. By the way, I discovered whether it makes noise or not is based on where on the button you click. I'm clicking it right now. But you can hold it right on the edge and it won't make sound. I have no comment on the state of my tires other than there was markers involved. White and permanent markers. And black ones. Yeah, we're like really high now? 15, 16? Yeah. Assuming you don't overheat, I think I've got it back in the ideal range. That's what I get for not looking at the road. Also for not having rally tires. That should be my next major purchase. But, like, look how little the car is, like, caring about the bumpiness of the road now. My only complaint is I still end up in situations where the front wheels can't turn the car. Even without the brakes on, you know? And I honestly suspect that's because I don't tap the gas, so it keeps applying the brakes. Alright, we're not overheating. I would say we're in good shape. Of course, now I want to put the racing carb on. It occurs to me that I don't recall how much I spent on the next new parts for the car. Also, that I need to put the new exhaust on. But also, look, like normally I'm doing 80 down this road. I'm doing 100 now. Yeah, definitely need the rally tires. Hey, we got bills. They're multiplying. Like, look, I'm turning hard left. It took that long for it to start turning. It occurs to me that what I really want is anti-lock braking. Traction control. Oh, wait. That thing is just eager to fall off, isn't it? That all is damn. out with the rusty and old. And street legal. And with the shiny, new, and going to be used for well, street racing too, but rallying is the goal. You know, on the one hand, I can appreciate that a lot of places have laws regarding the exhaust system being unmodified. On the other hand, I feel like they should make exceptions for exhaust systems that do materially improve the emissions or sound situation of a vehicle. Also, I find it hilarious when police officers pull over electric cars and give them fix-it tickets for being too loud. It's just very silly. And honestly, if I got a ticket for a loud vehicle, I would definitely be using that as evidence against the officer. Yeah, he gave a fixed ticket for a loud electric car. The door will no longer open. And I want that, which is size 8. Handy. You know what? Cool. Alright, so well-tuned, but currently replaced. New. Also well-tuned. And I missed a bolt on those headers somewhere. Alright, are those the new headers? Yes. Just looked a little bit, weird. I'm not sure I know who that is. At least the name doesn't immediately ring a bell, so. Co-founder and studio head of Infinity Ward, the head of Respawn Entertainment and Ripple Effects Studio. Oh! Fair enough. I love my tires. They're the best tires. Co-creator Call of Duty. I mean, good job on making that, although I will say it's been kinda not a great game for many years, but, you know. I won't begrudge him that, because honestly, good job. Died in a car crash, damn. That is unfortunate. I hope they had a, I hope that he had his, bus driver, or his hit by a bus, what's it called? There's a thing for this. When you plan for the eventuality of of someone being hit by a bus. Wait, where's the other seat? Oh, it's right there. I'm just blind. So, the racing harness... Can I use the regular seatbelt with the racing harness? I feel like I can. But I don't know that I can. So I'm ready to find out. Let's find out, shall we? No, you can't. Okay, so this is definitely a after I get the roll cage installed type situation. I mean, Linus drives a Porsche, so that's not exactly surprising. And Linus just does Linus. He just gives you people tech tips. Also noted, if I ever need to roll the car over, the car seats are incredible physics objects still. Also fire engine tips, I'll give you that, yeah. I'm glad we don't have to worry about mold. I'm gonna put this stuff away. Like, actually, properly. Because right now, they're liable to get lost in the darkness of the night sky. Yeah, no seatbelts. Yeah. You have to get the roll cage so you can use the 5-point harness, I believe it is. Yeah, the racing harness. Yeah. But the roll cage, unfortunately, is not a self-install. The roll cage, I have to take it to Fleetari, and I don't know how much that costs. But I'd be willing to gamble that it's more than I have at the moment. Yeah, exactly. So, I need to sell wood, I need to... I need to pump poop, although we're still a minute away from that. Gotta wait for 4 jobs to pop up. Not yet. I need to go and collect the bottles still, and there was still some left over that I didn't want to just pour out, even though it's only like 4 bottles worth. So I'm gonna go get the bottles, fill up 4 bottles, go buy more bottles. Oh yeah, I also need to buy a fuse. Don't let me forget to buy a fuse. If I go now, I'm gonna get there way early. Let's fill this up with wood in the meantime, and then we'll go to town. Oh yeah, by the way, I did install a mod for the Kekmet. You can change the RPM and stuff. You can also add more gears. Hmm. Uh, the creator of the mod said they got the Kekmet going 200 kilometers an hour, so I'm not going to do that. I think I'm actually going to leave the engine as it is right now, except maybe I'm going to bump this up to 2,000. So now this should have up to 5th gear, and it should just zoom in 5th. Yep. Assuming it has the power to zoom in 5th, we'll see. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. And that should be the full trailer. I'm gonna be real, I'm not sure who's overspending and underspending here, because, like, he's paying 20 marks per piece of wood every couple hours. Like, he's, like, spending way too much money on wood. So either nobody else provides it, or he just likes me, because I'm massively overcharging. True, but he's also a lottery winner. Also, I nailed it. I'm being curious. There's no way it's pulling a load with this speed, but, not bad. See how that works. Yeah, you can tell this thing doesn't have much in the way of suspension. God damn. Can you imagine how rough of a ride this would be? How's your spine? Oh, you know, about 3,000 pieces. I know, I saw it. Just wanted to park up. Now I need to go grab bottles, and I want to go shopping for more bottles, which I can technically do in the car. Should I take the car or should I take the van? Okay, that answers that. I'm taking the van. I don't think I have enough money, but I'm taking the van in case I do. Yes, yes it is. I'm a good driver, don't worry about it. To the dump! Also, I tried to see if there was a mod that would let me attach radar to other vehicles. No luck. Being able to put the radar on the van would be amazing, because then I could know, can I... Well, I can't say safely speed, but can I speed without getting a fine? See also reasons why you can't safely speed in this vehicle. Do you think they've got their high beams on high enough up there? Yeah, well, my channel points have an infinity symbol. Oh, hey, it's drag race day. Forgot that that was on Fridays. Sadly, Topless hasn't provided the parts to make that happen. Although my winter car promises to have more flexibility in that department. For the record, that isn't just the sound of a wasp. There is actually a wasp that flies around the dump and can kill you. Just like the one in your house, except the one in your house is only active after you leave the door open for a period of time. And it does not have an associated nest, so you can't even kill it if you want to. Just want to make sure I didn't leave any behind. No, cool. Yes and no, because they'll get mixed up with the they'll get mixed up with the other bottles, and I'm debating if I want to go to the store first to get more bottles, or if I want to just go straight to Drunk Guy and sell him a couple bottles. There's not going to be many, like 2 or 3. I don't know if that's enough money to make a difference. So I think I'm just going to go buy the bottles, and then I'm going to do that after. Well, and it'll also tell me how much I owe on the parts order. Plus, I need to buy the bottles regardless, so yeah, that has to happen. Can you buy? Yes, the paying for the parcel order is separate from paying on the cash register for anything else. Yeah. You click on a delivery order on the desk and it pays it there. It's good for the engine, that. You're shitting me. Hang on. The bus hit a moose just inside town. I don't have an axe, so I can't harvest any meat from it, but that's a thing. I mean, the bus didn't win. Like, the bus driver fucked off in the bus, but... Uncle? Okay. No, he coughed. He's alive. See? He's coughing.
Katos Päivi, no mitäpä laitetaan?
Yep, can't afford that.
Kuulepa, nyt se olisi oikein sinun näköinen homma tässä. Käy jakamassa näitä. No niin, ei muuta kuin kiitos ja hellurei.
I'm honestly mostly just questioning, how did Uncle get there? Also, for the record, the bus is not trying to move. The door is open because nobody's home. The bus driver left the bus. If we walked around, we would find him yelling curses right now. I hope the clocks work better in Winter Car. Having the camera like this is just, it feels weirdly good, you know? Guess the real question is, you see a van going down the road, doing speed wobbles like this. Like, do you just like pull off to the side and let it go past? Like, what's the plan here? Oh, that's it. Enjoy your deadly amount of liquor as it is. Well, like, do you pull off the road if you see a van doing 120 with massive speed wobbles, or 130? Like, just straight toward you, like, well, I mean, you know, opposite lanes still, but, you know. Effectively out of control. I mean, I guess that's fair enough. I mean, arguably, depending on the reason for the speed wobble, I may not be looking at the road. I might be trying to correct the speed wobble, which, depending on the situation, can be fixed by slamming on the gas or slowing down. Like, I'm gonna be more concerned with that than the oncoming traffic, to be perfectly honest. I'll try to avoid it if I see it, but... I love it when turning just doesn't work. It seems to me that the rear tires slipping means the front ones don't really do anything. Beware of those good old-fashioned values in which we used to rely. Talking about floating point. I think there's a song there. You know, there's one job that I haven't done in this game that I kind of want to try. For all the things I've done, I've never done the strawberry job. Oop. Firewood! My summer car strawberry. Is this, like, worth at all? It's somewhat monotonous. It doesn't pay as much money as most, if not all, jobs in the game do. The strawberries can be picked any day from 6 to 20, which makes them useful when other jobs aren't. Okay. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. Lid? Did I already grab it? I did, okay. Oh, fuck, you didn't remind me to buy a fuse, DM? Hang on. No, it's because I minimized the game. Alright. I'm not gonna go do berry bush collecting today, necessarily. Because I got wood to deliver, and also it's getting evening. The fuse. Forgot to buy the fuse. What's in the what's available, and how much do you want to cook? Not a lot available. I got the fun ticket. See, what I'm thinking is I am thinking about for having for dinner is a fettuccine alfredo with egg noodle. I mean, fair. Which reminds me, I should probably go and, thaw some chicken for that. Sauce is really good. Soy sauce, fish sauce, or sauce, oil, preference, peanut butter, and maybe hot sauce. Fair. Yeah, that is a bit odd.
Siinä on vähän vaalampana. Kaljaa ja makkaroa, niin tehdään sitä väliä. Ja voit tehdä varmaan lisääkin tarvihen näitä, niin voit jaksat tehdä sitten sillä rahalla ja makkaralla. Niin. Ei muuta kuin oikein.
The ideal viewing angle. I don't know what state it's in right now. If you don't got egg noodles, what do you recommend? What do you reckon what do I reckon you should get? You could do tacos. Get some tortillas, sour cream, cheese, meat, lettuce. Oh, yeah, I suppose, yeah. I was thinking home, but fair enough. Suaboy? Mr. Sub / Quiznos. Actually, I think both of those might be Canadian exclusive. I wonder if there's anywhere local to you where you could get poutine. Honestly, given the choice between Quiznos and Subway, I tend to go for, I tend to go for Subway, honestly. Quiznos makes decent, like, ready-made subs, but Subway just, I like the flavor better, and also they tend to, well, you just build your own subs, so you get the sub you want, really. Whereas Quiznos is you order a specific sub off the menu, and that's it. Yeah, no, for sure. If you have, like, french fries in the freezer and cheese and gravy, you could just make poutine. So it's got everything a growing Canadian needs. It's got french fries, cheese, curd if done correctly, but other cheese are acceptable, and gravy. I stalled the tractor, by the way. Let's take the Suma for a spin. I'm not gonna go to town, but I do want to see where it's at. It's always a bit terrifying when you're first starting it with a new thing, because it damn near kills the battery. Oh, it is tuned really rich. Damn it! I'm aware, Tiamo. I was there earlier today. Where'd I leave the toolkit? Guys, where did I leave the toolkit this time? Yeah, I need to pick up the post order first. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Still quite rich. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, we're getting closer. We're in the high 15s. I want to get it down to like the 14, 13s. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And go 3 more. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Damn. Yeah, just a bit. Definitely need to go get the rally tires now. Rally tires, roll cage, all the good bits. Damn! Just casually doing a burnout, all-wheel drive, in first gear. Yeah, definitely need the rally tires. And I wouldn't mind a set of racing slicks for when I'm taking it out on the road. You know, for, you know, the intense speed of the thing. Just burying the RPM gauge. $160. I'm gonna call it 170. $170. $180. That's $180. Yeah, $180. Our car can do $180. And it didn't even overheat that much. Ooh, speed wobble a little bit. That's new. God damn. Remember the time I went over this hill and I crashed into the sign that's just over here? That blue sign that were right there? Just frickin' flew. Hello, Valerie. I don't imagine I can... No, it's not there. Sad. Alright. Let's see how fast I can get home. Casually up to 100 before I leave town. Oh, I just realized that normally that's stuck in the center console, but I'm just going so fast that it isn't red. It's flying out of the vehicle. I want to say we just hit 190 just then. December 26th through 31st. That is my official prediction. It's going to be in that range. I don't think it'll come out Christmas Day. I think it's going to come out after Christmas Day. Specifically Finland time. Depending on your time zones, it could come out on Christmas, but... Holy shit, I started with a full tank. I've already burned like a quarter tank. In fairness, I was going 180 kilometers an hour. You know, I think I'm happy with my tuning job. It seems very ideal. Also, when driving at speed, I feel like the route that I just took is probably the safer one, because there's less opportunities for the police, and there's a lot less hills, so you can just drive a lot faster. You know what's impressive is that I didn't actually take my stress down to 0. You can take your stress down by driving fast. I was doing 180. Yep, and smoking and shopping. Well, there's a lot of things, and drinking. Basically, engaging in vices, physical activity, or driving fast. Alright. So it's not overheating? Check. Goes fast? Check. Doesn't slip too badly? Big check. Gonna need rally tires. That's, that's whatever. Still got some parts coming in, and I think I'll put the rally tires on these rims. They feel like the appropriate rally tire rim, don't you think? Have to win the rally before moving a car? That's exactly the plan, yep. I wish this clock was accurate, but we now know that it's not. Booze is boozing. Does anyone know what fuses for what? Can you look up the list? DM, can you look up what fuses go where? So no, that one's the bedroom, but I wouldn't mind taking the sauna fuse if there is one dedicated to the sauna. Top rows, player's bedroom, and the bathroom. Oh, that's that too. Garage, kitchen, parents' bedroom. I don't care about the parents' bedroom. Bottom row, first one is living room and hallway. Second one is the sauna heater. Well, I don't use the sauna heater. Huh. Once the player installs a computer in their bedroom, it's possible to overload and blow the fuse for the bedroom and toilet by turning on the computer with both rooms' lights on. How inefficient are these lights? Cause I never use the sauna, so I don't really need that. So there it goes. Probably 200-watt lamps. I mean, that's still only like what, 400 watts? Because there's like, yeah, there's one light in there. Let's be generous. So let's say there's two of them in there. That means that's a 400-watt light. There's only one in here, so that's 600 watts total. Let me think. Voltage. Finland. Alright, Finland is 230 volts. I believe that said it was a 16 amp fuse, but we can check that. I mean, I might as well just take this out. Alright, so it doesn't say it on there, but I know that it says on the box. I believe that's a 16 amp fuse. So that means that the computer, if we're using 600 watts on the lights, is at least 3,000 watts. Because a 230 volt 16 amp fuse is 3,680 watts. That is a remarkably inefficient computer. Barry, is it a Pentium 2? I think it's implied to be like prior to that, because it's running DOS and it's a new computer, the 95. So Windows 95 could be coming out, but you're likely running DOS. Like, I mean, I'm talking about like at the time, and we know we're running DOS. That makes it likely you may be running a Pentium 1, but it might be a 486. Let me check this. What year did the Pentium 1 come out? The original Pentium, which is the i586, 93. Okay, so it could be a Pentium 1. Pentium 2. Pentium 2 is 97. So at the newest processor that it could be is a Pentium 1, which ran at a range of clocks from 60 to 300 megahertz. Do we have a power listing on here? God damn. It ran on a friggin' it ran on 5 volts. Power draw original Pentium. $15 watts. The original Pentium 1 at 166 megahertz drew 15 watts. The Pentium 3 with the Pentium 2 333 megahertz was 20 watts. And the Pentium 3 which in general was 30 watts. Pentium 4 was 70. Which is impressive because that's only slightly less than my modern AMD CPU with 8 cores at like 4 gigahertz. People say the Intel chips are deficient, but like compared to where they were in the early 90s, fuck, man. Nobody makes chips that bad anymore. Yeah. I mean, like, running on 5 volts, modern CPUs run, like, less than 1 typically. RAM barely runs at 1 anymore. DDR3 was 1.35, DDR2 or DDR3 was 1.35 to 1.4. DDR4 was 1.2, 1.35 if you're overclocking it hard, which I've done. And DDR5, I think you're like flat 1 volt now. Huh. That's a good thought. How much does the in-game computer cost? Let's go look at the ad. Because if it's too cheap, we can rule out a Pentium 1 CPU. And then it's probably a 486. So, this is Pentium 1 type cost. At 6,500 finished marks. That covers the CPU plus the speakers, mouse, keyboard, and display. Not a ton of margin there. But I can see it. I wonder, Turbo X33. I wonder, that's... Okay, knowing Topless, that's a reference to a real computer. Do we have any idea what that might be a reference to? Computer. Oh, wrong website. Computer. The MicroPekka computer full model is the MicroPekka Turbo X33. Trivia. Based on the real-life Micro Miko, possibly the 3TT.M125 released by Nokia in the 1980s. This computer likely has a i386 microprocessor as suggested by references in the game code. There's an unmarked, uninteractable third button on the computer. It could possibly be a turbo button, which is common in the 70s and 80s, or 80s and 90s. Oh, wow. Okay, so a couple of notes. One, that's cool. But two, I just found out... Oh yeah, Nokia made a shit ton of stuff. Nokia was big. But you wanna know what I just found? Check this out. In the Finnish magazine Retro Rewind, they printed that ad in full color in 2018. So Topless is putting out magazine ads to promote the game and its future content, or is a fan having a bit of laugh and putting the ad and promoting the game? I think Topless is having a laugh. Isn't that why he's developing My Summer Car? True. Okay, so we clearly don't know the reason this is here. So the debate is, did he do it to support the magazine / have a laugh, or did they put it in there because they thought it was hilarious? Yeah, it actually looks really good in color. I want this magazine for this. I want this magazine for this page. Yeah, apparently it's a i386, it says, based on, the code in the game and stuff. I don't quite agree, because 386 code runs on newer systems. 1995 is the right year for it to be a 486 or a 586, which is the Pentium 1. Oh, wait, you're right. It does cost more in that magazine, doesn't it? I keep thinking to myself, oh, I should probably stay on the dirt roads, because then the cops won't nail me. But, unironically, I'm fine. As long as they take that off and don't have it in the car when I pass the checkpoint. It has been a minute, yeah. I was debating driving on the road here, on the dirt road, but given the rally's on, I don't want to die, so... Son of a bitch! The game doesn't reload properly if I just click continue. This is the longest it's ever taken for my summer car to launch. Oh, it's because it's still trying to upload the save. Come on. Steam, I really appreciate you. I really do. I want to play the game. You can stop uploading the save now. Anytime. Is Steam down? It's not Tuesday. Huh. Steam's down. Can't synchronize saves. This is, well, this. Store's not loading. Community's not loading. Steam, unofficial Steam status, says there's no issue. Yeah, there it goes. Oh dear. Okay, well. Steam is down. Which is saying something, because it's not Tuesday. Now, and that's important, because Steam does reboot all of their infrastructure on Tuesday. But it is not Tuesday. And it looks like this is the second time in 2 days? Yeah, that happened yesterday. I'm more or less in the same time zone as them. But, like, ruh-roh. The numbers keep going down. Hong Kong doing well. Tokyo, too. High load, you know. Online on Steam, only 9.7 million? Damn. Steam falling off. Oh, hang on. We're so back. Maybe we're not so back. Oh, hang on. It is recovering. What happened? But given the rally's on, I don't want to die, so. Oh, I see my mistake where there was. I underestimated how fast my car goes and went into that corner at 140. Bitch. Good job, me. I tuned the car too good. Well, that's not a good sign. Oh, there it goes. Okay, I think we're good now. But yeah, if you look at the speedometer. I was doing. Oh, that's not the speedometer. That's the odometer. I was I was doing 100. I was doing 100 going into that corner. Hang on, I want to send that to someone. Of course it is. Did the release date of my winter car change for me? Last time I checked, it said December. Steam's down again. Oh, okay. No, wait, it's loading very slowly now. Yeah, it's still December 2025. Well, there goes my plans of picking berries today. Yeah. Yeah, I tuned the car too good. And I don't have tires to support such tuning yet. So I went 100 kilometers an hour into a tree without realizing I was going 100 kilometers an hour. Magic. Helsinki and... I'm not even gonna try. Do that for you guys. So, yeah. Fuck. It do be. It do be. Luckily, I think we're still early in the morning, but I don't think I'm going to be able to salvage this. God damn it, I should have... Steam had a brain fart? Yes, it did. It had a big one. Something tells me somebody was testing out, like, a DDoS thing. Or they had a bug. I mean, you know. Valve doesn't feel like the kind of company to have that issue. You know what's wild? Downtown Toronto, you know, the biggest city in Canada, has, I think, 3 gas stations in the entire city. You have to leave the city to buy gas, for the most part. And they're talking about tearing down one of the remaining 3 to build a 50-story condo. Which, sure, big money there. People like condos. But, hear me out. There's no gas in downtown Toronto. You would literally be better off with an electric vehicle inside of Toronto than a gas-powered one, because you'll actually be able to get fuel. And the best part is, the proposed condo comes with a 4-story basement for parking cars. Like, people talk about, you know, food deserts in cities. What about the gasoline desert that they're building? Like, come on. We're just gonna pretend that I walked this distance, because I can imagine none of you want to watch me walk this distance. Sound good? Sound good. Alright, so no fuel, broken windshield, dented front. Tools should be in here, though. Yeah, there we are. Alright, so... start getting bits and pieces back on. I suspect, assuming the battery didn't fall out, that as soon as I put the fuel tank back on, I should be able to just start it up. Also, I nailed that tree, like, dead on, center. I mean, I would, but it probably doesn't have enough gas to get there. But also, I'm planning to get a roll cage installed anyway, so I'll do that all at once. I'll get the body repaired, I'll get the roll cage installed. Hello, Rustlev, thank you for the follow. The exhaust pipe is also missing. There's a bumper. There's the exhaust. And this is why we keep tools in the car, by the way. Because sometimes fate kicks you in the nuts. And at those times, you can't trust Canada 1. You have to trust your tools. Can you not? Hello, Rustalav. Assuming that's how I say your name. Do feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. Did I get them all? There we go. That should be all of them. Knock it off. You're not being hit by anything. Rear bumper. Also, did anyone catch the engine bay and see if the battery was still in there? Because I didn't actually look when I opened it. Still open. Battery's disconnected, okay. Yeah, okay, I've got an 8, so that'll be fine for the battery. There's going to be very little fuel available, so we're going to have to hope we can get it home. Sorry, the movement of the vehicle made me do it in the wrong order. Okay. That should be everything. Oh, wait. This fell off again. Good news is, it still drives straight. It's just basically out of fuel. Thank you. They won't be invented for another decade at least. Blue LEDs, relatively recent invention. Oh, I just realized. I'm asking to die right now. I've got no windshield. Honestly, I'm impressed that I had enough fuel to make it home. Honestly, the damage could have been a lot worse. That'll be TMO telling me my package has arrived. Yep. Which I can afford to go accept now. But I'm gonna need... How much is a new windshield? Windshield. Anywhere from 727 marks to 2,110. Okay. Oh, right. Plus the cost of a new tax sticker. Which is kind of bullshit because in reality they just give you a new one if you bring them a receipt, but, yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's go pick some berries. Let's go pick some berries and make money with that. Right after I empty out the shopping bag from earlier. You ever just drink juice concentrate straight? Not because you want the concentrate, but because just because it's good for you, I guess. I love that it makes you thirstier and have to pee more. It's stuck in the perpetual dribble. It is possible to, with very clever drinking of water, get it so that it's dribbling like that and you can't speed it up, but also your bladder is about to explode. I think that is the point at which most hospitals will give you a catheter. For anyone who doesn't know what a catheter is, I do not recommend you look it up, especially if you're a man. Because that's probably most of the pictures you'll get. Yes. When I was in the hospital at the beginning of the year, the person that I was in the room with, because it was 2 people to a hospital room, curtains and privacy was fine, but like it was 2 people to a hospital room, and the other person I was in there with, he had a catheter, and oh my god, I do not envy him in the slightest. Alright, now this time, let's not crash. I can't say I've seen that, actually. Yes, very much so. Are you about to tell me they're like putting up their nose or something? Oh god. That's not okay, bro. Also, I just realized the reason why the alerts are not working is because they're like... I've minimized the game. I'll fix it later. I realized the reason that the alerts aren't working, and it's basically, oops, they're covered. They're underneath the game scene. I'm a dummy. Wow, the game audio is like basically non-existent for you guys. Hang on. I had one when I had my appendix removed. I looked down, saw the tube, and called the nurse and told them to remove it. And they said I had to walk to the bathroom first. This is about an hour and a half after coming out of surgery, and I got up and walked 30 meters to the bathroom. Fair enough. Yeah. Honestly, though, it makes sense because in that situation, if you can't get to the bathroom, a catheter is really your best option. But if you can get there, then by all means, they want it in you as little as possible. Because one of the things that happens is, surprisingly quickly, your body will just, like, forget how to pee. And you have to learn how to pee again. Like, the muscles will just not open up or move correctly, and it's just a whole thing. You'll get there. But, yeah. It's just generally an unpleasant experience for everyone, I'm sure. How did we get on this topic? I genuinely don't remember how we got on this topic, and it's kind of concerning. Shouldn't there be bushes on the or berries in these bushes? Ah, okay.
Ei perkele, kylläpä tää noin mansikat pelto, kun tommosta vauhtia kerrät.
Apparently, the more you do this, the faster you'll get at the picking a strawberry part.
Ei helvetti, joutuu varmaan huomennakin vallanvarron takia valvomaan. En minä oo 3 viikkoa nukkunutkaan, mutta kai se nyt näyttää samalla silmillä.
I saw people talking about how they were doing it. And it seemed that they were forcing this inside of the... Huh. I'm assuming that that's being fixed.
Ei perkele, kylläpä tää noin mansikat pelto, kun tommosta vauhtia kerrät.
How the hell do people playing this game do this? Like, there was one person like, yeah, I just did a row. The fuck?
Ei perkele, kyllä mä täällä marsikat peltoon, kun tommosta vahtia kerrät.
Although, you know what? It might not be faster. It could equally to be that you pick up more strawberries every time.
Perkele, kyllä pimmekerikin tullaan niinku tänä peltoon kerättynä. Ei perkele, kyllä mä täällä nuo marsikat peltoon, kun tommosta vahtia kerrät.
For the record, I have hydrated. I have a big glass of ice water. Very cozy, that ice water.
Hallanvuoron takia valvon 3 viikkoa nukkunutkaan, mutta kai se nyt mennään samalla silmillä. Ei perkele, kyllä mä täällä nuo marsikat peltoon, kun tommosta vahtia kerrät.
I don't have one that's 2 liters, but I do have like a 1 liter bottle at least that I can put ice water in, and it'll still have ice in it like 2 days later. Someone's having fun over there. It's also really good for tea. So I'm deciding milk tea. Milk tea is a bad idea, but
Ei perkele, kyllä mä täällä nuo marsikat peltoon, kun tommosta vahtia kerrät.
oh, for sure. Honestly, I would not be surprised at all to find out that it's one of the rally drivers and he's upside down.
Helvetti jo tuolla
So he's just stomping the gas trying to get upright.
En minä 3 viikkoa nukkunutkaan, mutta kai se nyt mennään samalla silmillä. Ei perkele, kyllä vaan no 4 laatikkoa olisi kerännyt tuossa ajassa, kun se yhdessä.
I agree, and there is a multiplayer mod for it. It's not great from what I've seen, but it does exist. Yeah. If I recall correctly, it's also incompatible with most mods, so that bit sucks.
Ei perkele, kyllä mä tää noin mansikat pelto, kun tommosta vahtia kerrät. Älä sä näitä vaijata laatikota tänne tuo, kerran täälteeseen ennen kuin sä näet tänne tuot. Ei perkele, kyllä mä tää noin mansikat pelto, kun tommosta vahtia kerrät.
He's only gonna pay me if I actually finish the box.
Ei perkele, kyllä äät vaan no elialaatikkois kerännyt tuossa ajassa, kun sä sen yhdessä sait. Älä sä näitä vaijata laatikota tänne tuo, kerran täälteeseen ennen kuin sä näet tänne tuot. Ei perkele, kyllä pimmeä kerran.
You do though. There is still more coming up at the edges though. I guess the question is, does the skill make it fill faster? Or make it so you can pick faster? Or any number of things. Like, how does the strawberry skill work? Like, if you get enough skill, does it actually become profitable? Because the default price for this box of strawberries, by the way, is 40 marks. Think about how much work I've done here. I can make so much more money doing any other job in the game. Oh yeah.
Jaa niin perkele, pitikö minun ottaa maksuakin sinulle?
Goodbye. Well, I've done it, never doing it again. Yeah, there he is. Honestly, the sewage tank is one of the best paying jobs in the game. You just got to remember to hold back a little bit of money for the dumping fees. And fuel. But if you fill it with fuel oil, you pay so little. Just don't get nailed by the police with that, because, did that once. The, 100,000 mark fine was a little bit hard to pay. Pretty sure there's a clip of that on my channel somewhere. Well, I mean, that's why you stick to the dirt roads with the big truck. Unless you know that the highway is clear. I think what I'll do with the Satsuma is I'm going to I'm gonna drive it to Fleetari. At that point I'm gonna swap out the wheels for the ones that I want the rally tires on. Get them to fix the bodywork and install the roll cage. And a new windshield. The registration, I think, expires after a while. Yeah, I don't remember when, though. I think it's a month in game. I know that, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to rebuy the tax thing. In reality, in Finland, when they had the tax sticker program, they would make it so they made it so that if you broke your windshield, as long as you brought in a receipt and the registration for the vehicle, the receipt showing that you got a new windshield for that vehicle, they would just give you a new sticker. In my summer car, however, they require that you actually pay for a new sticker every time, and that's 500 marks. Yep. So they get for having an itchy nose. True. I did not crash. I don't give a crap. I'll fix it later.
Antero, mulla on uusi peli. Sä et oo Antero, haista vittu.
Anyway, this is what we're going to call the stream for today. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Tomorrow, assuming I'm live, I don't know if it will be or not, but we'll see. We will look at improving everything that is left to do. Order, move to top. There we go. Now the overlay will work. Hurrah! If you say something in chat, it'll appear. Anyway, feel free to join my Discord if you're not already. You get notifications when I go live. Have a good night, everyone. Kind of weird the stream elements doesn't show up in the overlay, but whatever. Have a good night.